internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Got it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Turf Hours Crypto. Let's get right in today's video. This one is gonna be not a jaw dropper, not mind blowing, but it's gonna be out of this world, folks. Are you ready for the presentation of the $100 XRP? You are gonna tell me that XRP is gonna go to $100, not me. And this is not financial advice, but I'm gonna print you guys a clear picture of how that's gonna happen 100%. I know many other influencers aren't that bullish. You know, they say, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, we need to be taking profits, you know, at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, $90, right? $100 for XRP is going to happen 100%. I am 1,086 billion trillion percent certain it's going to happen, okay? And you're probably wondering, you're delusional, you're crazy, you're filled with opium, and you're doing this for clicks. That's not the case. This is purely for education purposes. And if you can't see the bigger picture, then, you know, God just didn't like you and didn't gift you the mind that you should have been gifted in the first place. But hopefully I could change that for you in today's video. Where do we even begin? Well, 62 cent XRP, extremely dirt cheap. How's this ever gonna go to $100? I'm gonna put out all the facts right in front of you. On August 22nd, 2022, DTCC's Project Ion platform was live. They did about 100 transactions per day on DLT. DTCC had selected R3's Corda, the underlying DLT technology, for the Project Ion platform. And to this date, they're still working together. And we know, we're not going to get into in today's video, but there are hardcore evidence that this is all indirectly correlated with Ripple. And as we said in the past videos, Ripple could be working directly with a company or indirectly with a company. So in this case, Ripple would be working with the DTCC indirectly through R3 Corda, where R3 Corda leverages Ripple, and then we have Ripple as a silent partner, right? So we're gonna get into some very, very important stuff here. Why does the XRP token need to have a value for it to be used on the Ripple network by banks if it will be adopted? Can't it be used even with zero value?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question.
That's mind-blowing. First of all, I'm surprised David even responded to this. No, it can't be used unless it has sufficient value and liquidity, or to be more precise, the more value and liquidity it has, the broader the range of payments it can be used to settle. And when we go over to supply and demand, okay, you got to take this into consideration. Even though a bank can use XRP as a medium of exchange for only a few seconds, like trading from USD to XRP, transferring the XRP, then trading XRP to MXN, that creates real demand for an asset that is limited in supply, 100 billion, less than that now. That's why I've said this in the past. The fact that Ripple and its XRP is pre-mined and they have escrow, that's huge, because that's going to be an assistance for price stability, which we're going to get into as well. When demand increases but supply remains the same, the price increases. Duh, right? Come on, folks. And the only reason why it's taking so long is because this is, again, I'm going to say it, a brand new infrastructure that they're trying to get all on board so they could all communicate together and move value seamlessly across borders with the new system.
Relatively speaking, fixed supply, and you have increasing demand. And when endowments and institutions, Joey and I sat in a meeting not that long ago with, some of the largest institutional money in the world trying to get smart about crypto. They owned zero on that day. I don't know if they do today. But as they enter the market, you have fixed supply, increasing demand. You don't have to go to MIT to know what's going to happen.
And David even said it back in 2017. It can't be dirt cheap. That doesn't make any sense. If XRP costs $1, they'll need 1 million XRP, which would cost 1 million. If XRP costs $1 million, they'll need 1 XRP, which would again cost 1 million. Except that higher prices make payments cheaper. Right now, you can buy $1 million house with Bitcoins. When Bitcoins were $300, it would move the market too much and be too expensive to be practical. So higher the prices makes payments cheaper. I'm gonna show you exactly how this is gonna work. Okay, get ready folks, strap in. So we have $1 million equals to 1 million XRP. We're gonna go based off of $1 XRP here. As you guys could see, these are all 1 million to 1 million. There's about 100,000. Just picture there's 100,000 of this because there is into 100 billion, 100,000, 1 million transactions could go through with XRP. And keep in mind the escrow XRP, and that is it puts that demand right away. And if we go over to $1 billion, XRP slot $1 equals 1 billion XRP. So over here we have 100 transactions of $1 billion. Okay, did you guys hear that? Yeah, 100 transactions. And here we have the DTCC doing 100,000 transactions per DLT. We're gonna get in some numbers in a bit. And we have 100 transactions at 1 billion, basically utilizing every single XRP out there, which is not sufficient. So what happens when banks say they want to hold more currencies? Well, I'll let Dilip Rayo tell you that.
Then they go, I want to do this in 100 countries, but I can't hold currencies in 100 countries. Well, guess what? You got XRP. So that's the holy grail. That's the ultimate end goal that we're aiming for.
So as we come to the end of all this being rolled out, it could be a year from now, it could be 2 years from now, but keep in mind, this is going to be absolutely massive. Mark my words. ACI worldwide, 14 trillion a day in payments and security transactions. The global FX averages more than 7.5 trillion per day. And the DTCC does about 6.6 trillion daily, yearly 2.37 quadrillion. Okay, so that's a total of $28.1 trillion. And we're leaving out so much money on the table. We don't even have the derivatives involved in this value. We don't even have Fedwire, which does about 991 trillion. And that could probably be at 1 quadrillion in 2023. We have chips doing 440 trillion. We have Fed ACH doing 37 trillion. And then we have the clearinghouse does about 72 trillion. All of these numbers are not even calculated in this value, just so you could understand it better. And then you say to yourself, wow, this thing's really gonna go to $100 based off of this video alone, okay? It's not crazy, folks, at all. So with that being said, let's just say we want to do $50 billion in daily volume. And keep in mind, we're talking about 100 currencies. We're talking about tokenized assets flowing through the XRP ledger nonstop, 24/7. And it's going to basically do that forever, right? So XRP's at $1. Let's move $50 billion with XRP. Well, we're going to require 50 billion XRP. Boom, right off the bat, we know that there's going to be demand right off the bat because it's not there. Okay, it's not there. Let's move 50 billion when the price of XRP is at $10. Well, we're going to require 5 billion XRP. You know what? That's not bad, but keep in mind what we just went over, $28 trillion based off of 3 different entities. And we're talking 50 billion. We're talking peanuts. So this sounds reasonable, but it's not whatsoever. So $10 per XRP is not going to work. Let's talk about $20 per XRP, and let's move 50 billion with XRP. We're going to require 2.5 billion XRP. It's still a lot of XRP, folks. Still a lot of XRP, and we're at 50 billion, but things are going to get much, much better. Let's just say we're going to take 650 billion out of the 28 trillion. That is 2.3% of that total. So $650 billion is 2.3% of $28 trillion. If we were to move and utilize XRP to move 650 billion, not at once, you know what I mean, just not, we're talking about just volume throughout the whole ledger, $20 per XRP, we're going to require 32.5 billion XRP. That is a lot of XRP. A lot of XRP. So right off the bat, you say, that doesn't sound right. Because going based off of just 3 entities with the DTCC, ACI, the 28 trillion just doesn't make sense. Like that, the price has to be high. Let's move 650 billion, $40 per XRP. We're going to require 16.2 billion XRP. Still not looking good. Still not looking good. And that's where we're going to stop. Because now I want you to do your own due diligence. Do the math in your head. Think about the larger values, right? We're talking about 28 trillion based off of just ACI, the FX market, and the DTCC. And now you ask yourself, is a $100 XRP possible? Regardless of it settling in 3 seconds, that's not going to have a big impact, folks, because we're talking about an asset that's going to be used worldwide. Some institutions are going to be holding it. Some are not going to be holding it. Some of them are going to be sourcing them through exchanges. We have retail holders, and then we have the XRP that's locked up in escrow that will help with price stability, and that's going to be a big, big thing. By placing a significant amount of XRP in escrow, it reduces the potential for sudden large sell-offs that could cause price volatility. This helps provide a more stable trading environment for investors and users. By having a portion of XRP locked in escrow, banks can feel more secure in using XRP for various financial services. This predictability can be advantageous for banks when using XRP for liquidity management and cross-border payments, as it reduces the risk of sudden price fluctuations that could impact the cost of transactions. It's all about having that safety harness. Okay, that's why banks feel secure coming on board, utilizing Ripple, having partnerships that are still haven't been announced yet. Okay, all I could say is I don't think this community whatsoever is the R word. Okay, I don't want to say it, but I genuinely believe I went over this $100 XRP over and over and over again off camera. I always do my due diligence in terms of, is the information I'm providing to my audience, like, does it actually make sense? And given my experience and the stuff that I've seen in the banking sector for over 10 years now, this is going to completely change everything. Everything. And I am probably one of the most vocal about this $100 XRP out of the whole XRP community. Very vocal on it hitting 100%, because logically it just makes sense. Mathematically, it makes sense 1 trillion%, and there is no denying it. And the people that don't believe it, the one that say, oh, let's go to $1 first, that's great. It's not meant for everybody. And I want you guys to also keep in mind, and I'm going to share when I take profits, make sure you take profits. Don't just wait until $100. $100 is extremely conservative. I'm over here being very, very conservative. The price of XRP doesn't have limits. It all depends on how many people want to get onto the network, how much liquidity they're going to provide. And if we're talking about all the money in the world, we're talking quadrillions of dollars. And this whole crypto market is going to surpass $100 trillion because it's just completely different than the stock market. So XRP to have a market cap of $30 trillion when you're providing real utility, a real use case for tokenized assets, for real estate, for insurance settlements. There's just too much to offer here. And that is why we have many high executives from high reputable companies like Swift, like the ISDA, like BlackRock, like JP Morgan, like Morgan Stanley, executives leaving and coming on to Ripple.
Frankly, I don't mind sharing. There are 15 senior JP Morgan people at Ripple's offices this afternoon. Now, unless JP Morgan's going to fire them. Does JP Diamond know that? Apparently not.
Because this is going to change everything. If it was easy, everybody would be involved. Everybody would be getting rich, but that's not the case. That's the pivotal moment for crypto investors. Okay, there's just some people are going to get it, some people aren't going to get it. The ones that are going to get it, they're going to go bankrupt by investing, and then it's going to, pay off very handsomely in the future. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys, and we will be back with another video. And I've said this in my past videos. Ripple could be working. Runny nose. That was disgusting. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. I have basically, again, a burp is coming. Excuse me. Jesus. The more value and liquidity it has, the more value and liquidity it has. Oh, ooh, David. Error. 1 trillion%. If it was easy, I'm getting annoyed. No, it can't be used. We
started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch. I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.